dolls, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different and show you all how to make a diaper cake. So let me show you what you will need in order to get started. So we'll start off with a high-level overview of the main stationery items that you're going to need to create your diaper cake. You will need a 14-inch or larger cake circle or other basin. You will either need one empty paper towel roll or empty gift wrapping roll of your choice. You will also need your choice of either tie tape or string, a hot glue gun with extra glue sticks, and a pair of scissors. You will also need one large box of diapers of your brand and size of choice. Just remember, the bigger the size, the longer the diaper cake can stay as a decoration piece. You will also need your personal choice of embellishments, which can include flowers, ribbon, or other decorative items or baby gifts of your choice. You will also need some small rubber bands in order to roll up and tie securely the diapers in place. Now, as mentioned in the previous slide, you will need a box of diapers. It can be any brand or size of your choice. However, keep in mind, as I've mentioned before, if you have a larger size diaper, the longer the mother gets to keep the diaper cake in place without having to disassemble in order to use it. I have chosen a size 1, which can be used within a month of the baby being born. Now keep in mind, if you choose to use a more expensive brand of diapers like I did here by using Pampers, the diaper cake itself is going to cost more money. But if you use a cheaper brand of diapers, of course the diaper cake is going to be less expensive to make. As you have noticed, I have pre-rolled almost all of the diapers. I did leave 2 diapers out to show you an example of how I roll these. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to roll the diapers. It's fairly simple. I choose to roll them from the front side over so that the picture does not appear on the outside of the diaper cake. So I'll just take the diaper like this and I will fold it over. Now you don't have to roll too tight, but you just roll it like so and put the rubber bands about a quarter way down. So next up, you will also need a base of your choice. I chose to go with a Wilton's 14-inch round cake plates. This is made of cardboard. I generally buy mine at Walmart, and they are $4 for a pack of 4. What you'll need this for, again, is the base of the diaper cake. They can get pretty heavy, so I do not suggest using anything thinner than this here. I've also pre-cut my gift wrapping roll, which I will use for the center of my diaper cake. Now you can use this to make sure that the diapers stay in a nice round circle and have something to hold on to. I've already preheated my glue gun, and generally what I do is I just go around the bottom of my paper roll, which you can use a paper towel roll or gift roll or any other kind of stability piece that you would like, but this is what I choose to use. These are just going to generally get tossed once the diaper cake is disassembled, and so there's really no need for it to be fancy. Next up, you'll want to start arranging the diapers in a circular fashion around the centerpiece. Now keep in mind that you do want to make sure that the glue is completely dry before you start applying the diapers, otherwise you could have a pretty sticky situation. Now there are a lot of tutorials where they'll tell you exactly how many diapers to use, but this is solely up to you. Again, I suggest buying 100 or more diapers because I tend to like a large embellishable diaper cake, but you can use as many as you like. It could be as thin as you'd like, as wide as you'd like. You can even make a square diaper cake if you choose to get a square or rectangular basin. The possibilities are absolutely limitless with this. So I will start gathering up the diapers and I'm going to start arranging them around the circle. You're going to want to have the top where you have the rubber bands at the top of your layer. So here, you don't want to layer it like this with the rubber band at the bottom. The reason why I suggest having these towards the top is you're going to be removing these. Now, although they do keep them secure, once you tie your tie tape, ribbon, or string around your layer, you won't need the rubber bands any longer as they will stay in place. So I went ahead and I did pre-cut a few strings. That's why I suggested using some sort of string, tie tape, or ribbon of your choice. I tend to use a neutral color or a color that matches the theme that I'm doing. So you're just going to start tying around the diapers, and it's just to hold them in place. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy tight, but you want them to stay secure. I went ahead and just tied it semi-tightly, a little bit of wiggle room onto the placeholder, and then I cut off the excess. Now, what I generally like to do is save my rubber bands, because if you make a lot of diaper cakes or plan on making another one in the future, these are in great condition. Nothing is wrong with these rubber bands at all, and so you can recycle these by stripping them off and just sitting them to the side. Now, you can choose to take the rubber bands off after you've gotten all of the layers, which I have done before, but I do find it a little bit more difficult because you're going to have to get your hand inside of those layers, and then you might mess up your format. You could loosen your string, you could loosen the diapers, and it's just a big mess. But again, this is all your preference. I'm just here to help you through the general process. So you're going to just keep doing the same thing, layering these diapers around the basin in a circle. You're going to keep doing this until you get the size roundness that you want for your cake. So now that I've finished my first layer, I'm going to continue with the structure of the diaper cake and move it on upwards until I'm at the height that I choose for the very top of the diaper cake. So once you've completed putting all of the layers of your diapers together, you can then add your ribbon embellishment, and that would be to cover up the string that's used to tie the diapers together. I have chosen to use this beautiful burlap styled wired ribbon with lace on the outer edges. I do generally take it around and tighten it fairly tight, but not so much to where it's actually squeezing the diapers. I do also make sure to line up the back end of the ribbon, and I place 2 small dots of hot glue on the ribbon itself before I fold it over. That way it keeps it secure and tight, and it doesn't get any glue on the diapers. Next up, for the embellishments, I've chosen these beautiful floral pieces that I've gotten from Joann's. They came in a square block that you can peel off and assemble how you choose. They come as individuals so that you can either use wire and attach them, or you can glue these pieces together before you stick them in. And that's what I'm going to use around the edges here throughout the diaper cake. So I'm going to start with the front side of the diaper cake. So I'm going to turn it around so that I can see it. But basically, what you'll do, you'll make sure you see the back, line that up nicely, and then you'll just start placing the flowers wherever you'd like them to sit. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be exact. You just stick them where you'd like them and leave it at that. Now, I really like these bright, large pink flowers, so I do want those to be a focal point in the front of the diaper cake, but I also want to leave enough space if I also choose to use these baby embellishments. These are little wood letters that I also got at Joann's, and these were about 49 cents a piece. They're raw wood, and they just look very classic, very classy, very shabby chic. It goes very well with the burlap and flower theme, very feminine. So I think this is about where I'm going to have them sit. I'm just eyeballing it right now for placement, but that's about where I want those to sit. So I'm just going to add a couple of dots of hot glue in order to keep the letters in place. Just tiny little dots. Don't worry about the glue string, you can always peel that off. And just press it on. And there you have it, just a simple baby in wood. What you can also do if you are using these type of flowers to make sure that they do stay in place. This one does have a longer stem, so this one's generally okay for where we were sitting it. It goes in there nicely, and I don't feel like it would fall out of the diaper cake. But some of these flowers do have a smaller stem, and I wouldn't want it to get bumped and the flower fall off in transferring the diaper cake, such as this one's not really wanting to stay there. So if you have some wired ribbon, I just have this laying around my house because I do a lot of crafts. But if not, wired ribbon's fairly cheap at the craft store. If you are using these types of flowers that don't come on the long stem, or you could just cut it whatever length you need to stick it in. But you could add a little bit of glue inside and stick the wire ribbon through, and from there you'd be able just to place it wherever you'd like and not be so worried about it falling out. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and stick it on here, and then I'm going to take my wire, put a little bit of the glue on there, and just run it through. It doesn't have to go all the way through. The glue will help the wire stay in place, and the wire will help keep the flower in place. Also, you may have noticed I have this extra portion up here. You can always cut this down. This is fairly bendy. This was one of those cheaper like gift rolls, and so it's actually just, I glued it together at the top, but it's multiple layers of cardboard stuck together. But most of them are solid like a paper towel roll, which is fine too. Those aren't very thick. If you need to, you could just, cut that off. And again, you can do whatever flowers that you want, whatever design that you want. Doesn't have to be flowers. It could be, again, toys, rattles, whatever you want. But make sure that you're getting all of this prepared before you actually start settling everything into place. Now, my favorite embellishment that I did get was this beautiful flower crown. Not only is it used as a decoration piece, but it could be also used for the baby after she is born to take specialized pictures. I know that this is something that I would absolutely love for a little girl of mine to be able to wear on her little head and take newborn pictures of. So again, you can pick whatever you'd like, this is just one of my preferences. So as you may be able to see, I did decide to go ahead and add some of the paper shred to the layers. And in addition, I've also added some of the longer stemmed flowers that I bought on a separate stem. This was a group of flowers and I have cut them apart. That matches very well with the flower crown that I found. And I'm not going to use all of these flowers. As you saw, it was a very large grouping of flowers, but I am using quite a bit. I haven't yet put any flowers on the back side, but I also do decorate the back. I know that no one really sees this, but if they are going to put it on a table, you are wanting to have the circumference be aesthetically pleasing, not just the front. So if you can see here, the baby letters are done. The top portion is fairly completed, and now we're just working on the small back side and the bottom layer. There you have it, your very own beautiful custom diaper cake. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please also comment below if you have any tricks of your own with making diaper cakes. And please let me know if you like the outcome of this diaper cake. This diaper cake here is approximately an $80 value. And if you have any questions for me, please also comment those below. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch me today, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you in my next video. Bye.